Woo! Yay! I made it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so sorry, my beloveds. I'm not at home. I'm in a hotel room in Tampa, Florida, getting ready to do HSN, and I had no signal. So anybody who travels, you know what that's like. But I am so glad. Thank you for hanging in there. Thank you for sharing this time with me. So let's go to the spa, okay? Welcome to our second, what are you doing? Okay, let me get myself together. I need a massage right now. Welcome to our second spiritual spa, a place where we can come to rest and unwind and just relax. And we need to do that. So let's start here. Let us start here because, you know, whenever you go to the spa, you have to undress, right? So let's take a moment and undress our minds. So just for a moment, get still. Just get still. No chatting, no questions, just hang in there. And what I want you to do is just sit back. You can hear me. So I want you to sit back and just allow your upper eyelid to meet your lower eyelid. Just for a moment. Come on, stop chatting. Be still. You're at the spa. Come on, calm down. All right. I'm going to speak to you. We're going to get this party started. So just for a moment, allow your eyelids to close and connect with your breath. Connect with your inhale and your exhale. Good. Again, connect with your inhale and your exhale. Stop chatting. You're at the spa. Let's get undressed. We're going to be together for the next 60 minutes. But let's just center in first. And you know, the body is such an incredible instrument. It will do anything your mind tells it to do. So let your mind tell your body to relax. Just relax. Just relax. Relax your shoulders. Relax your arms. Relax your hips in the chair. Stay connected to your breath, your inhale and your exhale. Let your legs relax. Let your feet relax. And now just come present to your breath, to your breathing, your inhale and your exhale. Come on, just pay attention for just a moment. Just slow down and tell yourself, relax. Let your body relax. Let your body relax totally and completely. Now, connecting with your breathing. Let the mind undress itself. Yeah. And remain connected to your inhale and your exhale. I'm hoping everybody can hear me. So as you open your eyes. Yeah. Let me say hi to a few people. Let me get my visual assistants and say hi. Tanya Higginbottom. Linda, hi. Can you hear me out there? Somebody type me a message and let me know you can hear me. No? Okay, nobody can hear me. Oh, you hear me clearly. Hey, Mona Lisa. Hey, Jewel. Hello, Heather. Okay, I just wanted to be sure. Danielle from Hackensack. Yes, and Gabby Potts, Hadassah, Nicole Townsend, Cynthia Bennett, Shar, Fanita, Mary Lou. Okay, you can hear me. Okay, because like I said, I'm in a hotel and the signal went crazy. I was on and then I couldn't get in. But anyway, here we are. We're here together for our very second spiritual spa. I don't know if you were with me the first time, but we're here to talk about faith. And this week, our spa treatment is going to be about faith and our relationships with others. Last week, we talked about faith in our relationship with ourselves. This week, we're going to talk about faith in our relationship with others, because that is so important. So I hope you have your questions. I've got some that I'm going to address tonight. This is an interactive process. So if you look down at the bottom of your screen, you're going to see a little thing. It says ask questions. Oh my goodness, I got 51 questions. I want to try to get to as many as I possibly can. But I also want to let you know why I've been doing this spas. And the reason that I started doing it is because I wanted to bring the wisdom of Acts of Faith. I know some of you don't know anything about Acts of Faith, but Acts of Faith is a book that I wrote 25 years ago, Daily Meditations for People of Color. And that's people of all colors, all races. And it has a very different meaning today than it did 25 years ago. But I wanted to really hone in on the wisdom of Acts of Faith because of all of the chaos and wahala that's going on in the world. I wanted to bring that from the page to the stage. So as you know, next Tuesday, I embark on a 30-city tour. Anybody out there in Phoenix coming to see me next week? Huh? Let me see. You need my glasses? Now, if you have my glasses, I won't be able to see. So anyway, I wanted to bring the wisdom of Acts of Faith from the page to the stage, because that book is timeless and it has so much wisdom. So tonight's spa treatment is about faith in relationships, because Acts of Faith is broken down into 4 categories: relationship with ourselves, relationship with others, relationship with the world, relationship with money. I'm not talking just about intimate relationships. I'm talking about all relationships. So we're going to begin by turning to a page in Acts of Faith so that we can see the beauty of what she's telling us. Now, that means I got to get my book. Where is my Acts of Faith? Okay, everybody go get your Acts of Faith, because I'm going to get mine. All the things that I would forget, it would be the Acts of Faith. All right, yeah, so I want to show you, if you're joining us for the first time, this is my original Acts of Faith. Yeah, this is what she used to look like. She was called the Little Purple Book, all right? I put her in here so people wouldn't see her and steal her. That's what she looked like back then. And this is what she looks like now at 25 years old. The original content is still in here. The only thing we did was we added a daily reflection. So I want to start with Acts of Faith because she is the reason that we're here. And we want to start. I want to share with you a passage. Let me get the date so I make sure that I have the correct one. And if you have yours, you can read along. Now, I have a tendency to change the words a little bit. So we're going to start on Acts of Faith on July 3rd. All right. It's a Yoruba proverb. And it says, you must have love in your heart before you can have hope. All right. At a very early age, we are taught to depend on someone else for our basic needs. When we are bald, toothless, and helpless, it should be that way. As we mature, we must learn to become self-supportive and self-loving. A balanced, productive being is one who learns to love self. Loving yourself has nothing to do with being selfish or self-centered or self-engrossed. It means that you accept yourself for what you are and that you are willing to put your best foot forward, even if your foot is big. Loving yourself means that you accept responsibility for your own development, growth, and happiness. It means you set a standard for how you want to be treated. Loving yourself means accepting your strengths and your weaknesses and making a commitment to work on, build, and correct what needs to be done. When you love yourself, you pave the way for all you want and need to come to you at the right time in the perfect way. Now, that's some good yummy right there. And why is that important? It's important when we're talking about our relationships with ourselves. Now, last week I offered the proposition that faith is an inner knowing. Faith is an inner knowing about the unseen that dares your soul to go beyond what you already know. And when it comes to relationships, so many of us get stuck in what we know. We expect what we've had. Most of us want something that we don't believe we can have. That is the most amazing thing to me in relationships. People want relationships, but don't believe they can have it. And so whenever we are looking for love out there and not loving in here, unconditional love, because that's what we want. We want unconditional love and acceptance. And when it comes to relationships, we want to be seen, okay? We want to be heard, we want to be loved, and we want to be valued. We want to know that special place, we have that special place in someone's heart. And we want to be special. And we want to be the one for someone. I mean, really, that's what it is, no matter what the relationship is. Now, here comes the problem with most of what we think we can get in or from a relationship. This is the challenge that I've discovered most of us face. That it is not the purpose of a relationship for us to go and get our needs met. That's not what it's for. All relationships, from the relationship with your parents and your birth family, to your social relationships, to relationships with your peers, to relationships with lovers and intimate partners. The purpose of those relationships, the relationships we have in every area of our lives, they all serve the same purpose. And there's three purposes. The first purpose is to anchor the presence and love of the Creator on the planet. That's what a relationship is for, to anchor the presence of love on the planet, okay? That's number one. The second purpose of a relationship is to experience oneness and connection with somebody. And that means to eliminate the experience of separation. And we all get that the minute we pass out of the womb. And finally, and this is the big one, take your notes and clutch your pearls. Relationships are the places that we go and the experiences that we have to work through our life lessons. That's what a relationship is. Relationships are mirrors, okay? All relationships, your mother, your father, the dog, everybody. They're classrooms. And they are the way the universe of life sets us up to learn the lessons that we need to learn and master, okay? Not to get your needs met. At the same time, relationships mirror back to you, the relationship you're having with yourself. I'm telling you, you're going to see it. And all relationships do really is show us the depth of our capacity to love. See, we think that the other person is loving us or we're loving them. No, it's your capacity to love. Now, most of us are a long distance away from that in our relationships, okay? We do not go in there to anchor the presence of love or to learn about ourselves or to see ourselves. We don't go in. We go into relationships so we have somebody to eat dinner with, somebody to talk to, and somebody to do the wild thing with. That's why we go. And I'm not talking about with your parents. And then we get stuck in our relationships with our birth family. And those are the relationships that set the model. Your birth family, your family of origin, and that experience is what's going to set the model for how you do relationships. And so let me break this down just a bit more, because I know you want to know, what does any of this have to do with faith? Okay, I'm going to tell you. 1 second. A relationship is an experience or a state of being connected or joined or linked so that you have a sense of soundness in life that supports and advances your well-being your wholeness, your stability, your security. That's what love does. It stabilizes us. It makes us strong. Now, here's the problem. If our first relationships, those in our birth family, our family of origin, are not sound, if they are not loving, if they are not supportive or stable or secure in a way that supports our well-being, that we can understand. Sometimes they are, but we just don't understand what it's looking like. We have to be able to understand and accept that family of origin. If that family of origin is off, we are going to repeat that pattern over and over and over and over. Why? Because the relationships that we get into with our boss, our supervisor, our lovers, our friends, they're going to mirror back to us the things that we need to heal. And so very often when we hit those bumps in the relationship road, the first thing we do is we lose faith in ourselves, in other people, and in our capacity to have a relationship. Take a breath. I know that's a lot, but I really want us to understand this so that we can go into our relationships now, not looking for the wrong things and behaving the right way so that relationships serve the divine purpose. Now, why is faith important in a relationship? Because faith is not just what we believe in or what we believe for. Faith is what we live. And when we live without feeling, or when we live without knowing love, or when we live without support at home, when we live in instability or chaos or abuse or whatever it is, we're going into relationships filling a hole. And that is not the purpose of relationships. Relationships is to anchor the presence and the love of God on the planet. And so many of us don't know what that is. And so we get in and out of relationships. We get our feelings hurt. We get disappointed. Our expectations aren't met. And then we lose faith in our ability to have relationships. And we lose faith in people that we want to be in relationships with. Who knows what I'm talking about? Just say, hey. Put hey in the chat box. Yeah. But if we understand and know the true purpose of relationships, even now, if we can begin to shift our approach to relationships, our behavior in relationships, I'm telling you, it can be healed. It can be healed because the Creator wants to foster an experience of love. And life wants to give us those things that we need. But we've got to start shifting now. We cannot keep doing it the way we've been doing it. And I don't care what shape your relationship is in today, you've got to hold to the belief that it can be healed and it can be better. And if you don't believe it can, if you have lost faith in yourself, in your partner, in your parents, if you have lost faith in them, then you need to make a choice about how you want to be in that relationship. So our spa treatment tonight, I hope will give us a better understanding of how all of us have the opportunity to experience love as long as we are willing to love selflessly. And that's where a lot of us get into trouble. That's where the process goes straight to hell, okay? To love selflessly and love in a godly way. And so many of us don't know what that is, but we're going to talk about it, okay? So what are we to do? What are we to do? Because I don't know about y'all, but I've had some jacked up relationship. But let's look at Acts of Faith on August 8th, because it's going to give us some information, okay? Let me go to August 8th, Acts of Faith. It's going to give us some information. Then I'm going to answer some questions because we're going to get this. Because I know y'all are tired. I'm tired, all right? The person who seeks to change another person in a relationship basically sets the stage for a great deal of conflict. That was Wesley Snipes, our beloved brother Wesley Snipes. This is what Acts of Faith says on August 8th. It says, very often we go into relationships with the idea that we can make somebody better. Ooh. Somebody just go to the mirror and slap the first person that shows up. We see their flaws or shortcomings and take it upon ourselves to help them fix what's wrong. Our task in relationships is not to fix one another in doing better, Fixing is telling what's wrong and how to fix it. Supporting us is allowing us to make our own choices, being there if things go wrong, and supporting in doing better next time. Fixing is forcing us to do it their way when our way doesn't work. Supporting is sharing with us their needs and trusting that we will take them into account. Fixing is nagging, okay? Supporting is, let me get that fixed. Supporting is nurturing. Fixing is anger when things get rough. Supporting is knowing that things will get better. Supporting is seeing us exactly where we are. Fixing is seeing in them what we refuse to see in ourselves. And that is so huge. Another reason that we lose faith in our relationships is that instead of asking for what we want, we complain. Instead of loving selflessly, we try to fix what we have instead of asking and accepting what it is that we really want. This is bad behavior, and most of it is habitual. So let's take a couple of questions because I got one here. Last week, Yasu asked me a question that speaks to this very point, all right, about fixing and not supporting. And I promised to answer that question. So Yasu, I'm going to answer your question right now. Here's your question. Let me pull it up on my little trusty dusty thing over here. Let me see if I can get it moving. Okay, excuse my armpits. Here's what Yasu says. How do you even attempt to build a relationship with your mother who has a negative viewpoint on life when you're trying to keep yourself on the track toward positivity? Okay, Yasu, last week I talked about not externalizing your experience. Not when you are trying, when I am trying to keep myself. So in relationships, one of the things that we have a tendency to do is externalize, instead of how are you supposed to? You got to say you got to own your experience. So Yasu, thank you for that question and for that powerful demonstration of what we don't want to do. We don't want to externalize. So based on what we've covered so far, let's apply it to your experience with your mom, okay? If you got a mom issue, raise your hand. A healthy relationship is one where your basic human needs are met or advanced. Now, those needs include love, honesty, support, respect, safety, and loyalty. I'm talking basic needs beyond food, clothing, and shelter. These are basic human needs that we seek in a relationship: love and loyalty and support and respect and safety, okay? So Yasu, I would ask you, do you believe that your mother loves you? Do you believe she loves you to the best of her ability? Do you believe that she supports you, respects you? And do you feel emotionally safe with her? Meaning, do you think that she initially tries to cause you hurt or harm? And if you do, then why don't you love her just as she is and choose how you want to be in relationship with her? Our reading from Acts of Faith talks about not trying to fix people. Your question points to her negative viewpoint of life. Now, I don't know how old you are, but with that in mind, I would ask you, do you know your mother's story? Maybe her viewpoint is based on experience. Do you know why she has lost faith in life and herself? Or is it just that you want her to change her perspective to make you comfortable? Because we have a tendency to do that also. So Yasu, I would offer you the wisdom of Acts of Faith, July 16th, which states this: people come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And when you know which one it is, you know exactly what to do. Yasu, your relationship with your mother is a lifetime relationship. You only get one mom. You only get one mother. And you get to choose how to be in relationship with her. Again, I don't know how old you are. I'm assuming you're an adult. So instead of judging her and her perspective, find ways to love her just as she is. Don't fix her, just love her. Ask for what you need or want from her, and support her by offering her possibilities that may be difficult for her to accept. But you get to be the demonstration. How about you demonstrate to her what it is that you feel and know and believe about life, and ask her to participate? Don't lose faith in your mom, Yasu. I promise you, she is doing the best she can. And if she were to never, ever change, what would you need to do to have peace in your relationship? See, that's your lesson. Don't try to change her. Get your lesson, okay? That's a question that I want to ask everybody. You know, we complain about our partners and our friends and our parents, but here's your lesson. If that person were to never, ever change, ever, they're going to be like they are, exactly as they are for the rest of their life. What will you need to do? What do you need to practice to be in relationship with them in a loving way? See, that's your lesson, because that's the purpose of relationships. We lose faith in relationships when we can't fix people, or when we can't fix them and make them the way we want them to be. Here's another thing for you, Yasu. And for anybody else out there that's judging somebody else as negative or nasty or whatever, they may be, but you get to choose how to be in relationship with them. Yasu, practice forgiveness. Forgive your mom for not being the person you want her to be. And forgive yourself for thinking that that is her responsibility, to be who you want her to be. That is not her job. Her job is to be who she is, and your job is to love her just as she is. I know this is hard for some of y'all to hear, but listen, just look at your life. If your relationships aren't working, this is just another approach. It's a different perspective, and it's one based in truth and law. So let me ask you a question. If a relationship is a connection and a set of agreements and the practice of love and safety that ensure that basic human needs are met, where do you think most relationships go wrong? Where do you think? I'm going to give you the answer that I've learned over many, many years. Many relationships fail because of broken or missing agreements, okay? We go into relationships and then we find there are missing agreements, and we lose faith in the people and faith in relationships. When we are expecting people to do something or be something or give something that they haven't agreed to do, we become upset, we become disappointed, we become disillusioned, we become hurt and angry. And all too often, we assume people have agreed to do things that they have not agreed to do. People didn't agree to be nice to you. People may not have agreed to support you or meet your needs or any other things you may be looking for, expecting in a relationship. Sometimes they do, but I'm talking about when they don't. Yet when they don't meet our needs and expectations, then we get angry, we withdraw our love, we judge them, we criticize them, and we go into unforgiveness. Missing agreements. So if you have a breakdown in your relationship, I want you to really take a look at that, because missing agreements will cause us to lose faith in ourselves and in our relationships. Now, missing agreements is one thing, but right down below that, the notch below that, is broken agreements, okay? Broken agreements are betrayals of trust. And more often than not, this happens with repetitive broken promises. Let me just say this. Take a breath. I want to say this because parents do this to children all of the time. We break our promises. We promise children that we're going to do something. We promise them, even if we promise, if you don't stop that, I'm going to spank your butt. And then they never get to spanking. That's a broken promise. So what happens is we teach people that we're not going to stand in our word, that they can't trust our word, that they can't hold on to our word. And that makes people insecure. And remember, that's a basic human need, safety and security. So you break your agreements when you don't do what you say you will do when you say you will do it. That's a broken agreement. You break your agreements when you don't apologize for not keeping your word or give an explanation. You break your agreements when you get defensive. So broken agreements will destroy the trust in a relationship. And when the trust is gone, it's going to be hard to have faith. Oh, let's take a breath. Oh, my Lord. Missing agreements and broken agreements. All right, I see a question. So let me answer this question. Let me see, who is this question coming in from? Let me see here. All right. This question is coming in from Amy. Hi, Amy. Amy says, I got some questions down there. Amy says, I've been married for 21 years and my husband, we have 4 children together. Marriage has been empty and sad, being married to a man who is emotionally unavailable. We've been to numerous different counselors, all with no growth made and to no avail. My soul can take no more, yet my religious beliefs do not advocate divorce. And I don't want to teach my children that you walk away when the going gets tough. How do I model being committed while my heart breaks? Well, all right. Thank you, Amy. Thank you for your question. Thank you for your honesty. Thank you for that. But now I have a few questions for you, Amy. I'm assuming that the agreement is to love and to cherish until death do you part, right? That's the agreement. So my question is, death of what? If you don't feel loved and cherished, that's a broken agreement. Then perhaps the marriage agreement that's broken and the marriage is already dead. I'm just asking. Another question is when you went to the counselor, what was the agreement? What was the intention? Did you go to heal or change what was wrong or broken? Or did you just go to talk about what's wrong? Because sometimes people just go to the counselor to talk. When you went to the counselor, did you get work or exercises to do? And did you both do the work? And if there was no work for you to do, what was the agreement? If there was work, did you do it? Did you do it? You know, a marriage is a very particular and specific relationship. And while all 3 of my marriages failed, there are a few things that I learned along the way because I took notes. And one is that when you're married, people must be equally yoked. Now, that's a religious purpose. Are you and your partner equally yoked? Do you have common values? Do you have common interests? Do you share a common vision for yourselves? And if not, then Amy, perhaps your marriage is dead and you get to choose how you're going to respond. And finally, Miss Amy, I would ask you this. You don't want to model running, but what are you modeling to your children living with a broken heart? You see, everything you do is energy. And your children are aware of how you feel. Now, I get that you want to model commitment by not walking away. However, is your first responsibility a commitment to a broken agreement or a commitment to yourself? That's just a question. Now, if you believe that your marriage can be healed, then don't lose faith, Amy. And it's not clear to me whether or not you're of the Christian faith. But if you are, I really want to encourage you to get a book and to take a look at a book. It's called The Power of a Praying Wife by Stormy Ormington. If, on the other hand, you have lost faith in your marriage, hear me, lost faith in your husband, lost faith in your love, because I find it very interesting that you told me everything that's wrong with him, but you never mentioned love. Have you lost faith in the love? And if you have lost faith, and if you're not in love, then I want to encourage you to get your lessons and make a choice. And don't let that choice be to accommodate a broken heart. But then again, like I said, I've been divorced 3 times, so please don't pay me no mind. I want to talk to you about energy for a moment, because you know, when Amy said she's living with a broken heart, I just want to talk to you about energy. I want to show you something. I got a little toy here. You see this? This is called an energy stick. Do you see that? All I did was put my hands on it. And look what happens when I take my hand off. But when the full presence of my being, from my top of my head all the way down and over to the other side, is connected, look what happens. Energy. Everything is energy. And so very often, our relationships are failing because of the energy that we are bringing into it. From our family of origin, from our beliefs, from our habits, from our behaviors. This is what happens. When you and your partner come together, energy starts moving between the two of you. Now, if I can pick up a piece of glass that has some wire on it and cause it to light up, this thing don't have no ears, no eyes, no heart, no legs, and look what I can do. Now, what about this? Let me show you this. Can you see this? You see this one little thing here? All I'm going to do is hold on to it. I'm going to hold on to it and look what happens. Just my energy. And I'm going to say, I love you, 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 I love you. You make me sick. You make me sick. You make me sick. You make me sick. Energy. A piece of glass filled with colored water can respond to what I say to it. Look, you see it still? I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. I love you. I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. I make it move. What makes us think that our energy doesn't matter? We lose faith in our relationships because so many of us have toxic energy. We just do. We've been dragging it around from relationship to relationship. We've been putting it off on other people, you know? So when your relationship hits your mother's, your energy hits your mom's energy, or your brother's energy, or your lover's energy, or your co-workers. This is what's going on. I wanted you to see this, you know, and that's really one of the reasons that I created a whole line of body products that'll help you clean your energy. Because, you know, you may think you're over the divorce, but if you're still mad at him, it's in your energy. If you're still talking about her, it's in your energy. If you're still upset with your daddy, your mama, your son, your granddaughter, it's in your energy. And that energy is moving throughout your body. No matter what you do, it's going to start moving throughout your body. So you can do all of the meditating and rubbing crystals on your head that you want to. It's about energy. So be sure to get you. Let me show you this. I have this right here. You see my little masterpiece? People didn't know I had a line of body products, but I call it masterpiece because I want you to clear your energy. But anyway, listen, I'm not trying to sell you no soap, okay? I'm not talking about cleaning dirt off your body. You can do that with Dove. I'm talking to you about what are you carrying? Oh, what are you carrying around in the world that causes your faith to diminish? All right? All right? If you wanna, I'm gonna be on HSN tomorrow. HSN, Lord, I forgot. I'm doing so many things. That's what I'm doing in Tampa. I'm in Tampa because I'm on HSN tomorrow at noon and tomorrow at 9 p.m. to present Masterpiece. So you can get the body wash, you can get the body butter, clean up your energy. Anyway, let me take another question. Let me go in here. Ooh, let me go in here. I gotta take a question, ask a question. Let me see. That was Amy. We did you, Amy. Amy, I hope that was helpful. That I can have. Haley's in the same predicament. Listen, death do you part. What are you waiting for? What's death? How do I get back to me? I've been taking care of others and I want my life back. Okay, that's not a relationship question. How do you begin to have a healthy family relationship with siblings? This is good. This is good. Okay, this is Tina Mitchell. Oh, I'm sorry. Not Tina Mitchell. Erase that. It's just Tina. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put you out there like that. How do you begin to have a healthy relationship with siblings when it's been dysfunctional for most of your life? That right there, that's gold. Listen, that's gold. Because remember, I talked earlier about the fact that we model, you know. So, Tina, let me ask you, have you lost faith in your relationships with your siblings? And what I mean, do you think that y'all can be together in a way that supports each other, that is life-giving, that is life-affirming to each other? Well, the first thing you really got to do is get everybody's agreement. Okay? We talked about that earlier. So many people say, I want to, my sister, my brother, I want to fix. Do they want to be in a relationship with you? You got to get that agreement. And if they want to be in relationship with you, it's really a tea time conversation. What do you think we need to do to be in relationship? Sometimes people just need to be heard and seen and valued. That's all. Maybe each of you, if you grew up in dysfunction, just need to be heard and seen and valued. Now, here's another thing about sibling relationships. Don't compete your wounds. Don't have competing wounds. Oh, I got beat more than you, and you didn't have to sleep on the floor. And at least you got cookies, and I was the only child, and I had to do. Don't compare your wounds. Listen from here. Listen, so that people will know that they're seen and heard and valued. And the love will grow from there. So if you're in breakdown, any of us, I was in breakdown with my brother for 5 years because he was cross-addicted to drugs and alcohol. I've told that story many times. He was cross-addicted to drugs and alcohol, and I wanted him to stop calling me on the phone and be drunk, and he wouldn't do it, so I stopped speaking to him. Or he stopped speaking to me, actually, for 5 years. And I had to make a choice. My brother is cross-addicted to drugs and alcohol. Now, here's what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to give him no money. I'm not going to give him no money for drugs. If he needs clothes, I'll buy him. If he needs food, I'll get him. If he needs a place to live, I'll help him. I'm not going to give him any money. Okay? And I'm so glad I did that because after 5 years, we reunited. I stopped judging him. I stopped trying to fix him. I just loved him and supported him just like he was. And 6 months after we reunited, he was dead. Okay, so I'm so glad. So you can do it, Tina. You can do it. Let me go in here and get another question because I don't want our time to run out. Listen, also, if you're here tonight, know that tomorrow morning you'll get a replay of this session of our spa treatment tonight so that you can go back in and take notes and write down different things and see how they apply to you. And you're also going to get my special gift. You know, every week I give you a bonus gift. You know how like when you go to the spa and they give you like the little eye mask or the earplugs or the little bath or something. So you come into the spiritual spa, I got to give you a gift. So I got a gift for you, but you'll get the link to that tomorrow. Let me see if I have another question in here. How do I go about receiving love when I've been hurt so bad before and I have trust issues? You don't have trust issues. Oh, I didn't get your name. Let me go back in there and get the name and see. And I do. Okay, now I can't get the glasses on. Lord have mercy. This new hair. It's the new hair, y'all. This is not my tour hair. I hope y'all have your tickets for the tour. Iyanla Vanzant Live.com. That's where you get your tickets. This is Kimberly. Kimberly says, I have trust issues. Well, Kimberly, how come you trusting that you're going to get hurt again? How about that? You know, we say we have trust issues, but we put our trust in the worst thing that can possibly happen. We have faith that we're going to get hurt again, that they're going to lie to us, that we're not going to get what we want. You know, we put our faith in the wrong thing. So Kimberly, first thing you have to do is look for your lessons because those relationships where you think you got hurt, you were actually learning something. Go back, do a relationship autopsy. Do you know how to do a relationship autopsy? I have a thing on YouTube in the R spot called relationship autopsy. Go back and do a relationship autopsy. Look for the signs that you missed. Look for the agreements that weren't there. Look for the expectations that you never voiced. Look at the things that you never asked for. Learn those lessons and then jump out there and try it again. I'm old as dust and I'm trying it again. So you can do, how old are you? You ain't as old as me. I got underwear older than you. Okay, wait a minute. All right, let me go to Acts of Faith. This is important. This is for Kimberly and everybody else. Hey, I'm going to see you in Brooklyn, Jewel. I'm going to see you in Brooklyn. Char Wilson. Yeah. Stacy Reese, I'm going to see you in Philly. You know, listen. Oh, my God. I didn't tell you all the good news. I don't know if y'all are Fix My Life fans. Are y'all Fix My Life fans? Well, remember I did the show with Leandria Johnson, and she said that she wanted to change her genre of music. I'm bringing her on tour with me. Yeah, it's not exciting. I'm bringing her on tour with me, okay? and she's going to sing her new genre of music. All right. So for all of y'all that have been trashing me and throwing shade about, I don't care about my guests and I'm just out to get money. Girl, Leandria Johnson, she's going to be in 6 cities: Detroit, Chicago, Atlanta, Philly, Brooklyn. You know I'm bringing her to Brooklyn. And Jersey, I'm bringing her to Jersey. Yeah, maybe some more later. But anyway, let me go back to Acts of Faith because I only got a few more minutes, and then I got to tell you all how to get your thing. Here's Acts of Faith, September 20th. Listen. Okay, listen. When you are happy, not happy with yourself, you cannot be happy with others. Oh, my glass is crooked. Okay. I can't get them over the hair. Okay, let me read the thing here. That was by Darrell Mitchell, okay? This book, Acts of Faith, quotes everybody, all people. So be sure to get your copy, all right? Everyone comes into our life to mirror back to us some part of ourselves that we cannot or will not see. Did you hear that? Listen, Kimberly, Amy, Erin, Stacy. Everyone comes into our life. Your mother, your father, your siblings, your coworker, your supervisor, the man that cut you off on the highway. Everyone comes into our life to mirror back to us some part of ourselves that we cannot or will not see. One of the reasons that we lose faith in our relationships is because we don't do self-examination. I got to do something with these glasses. Wait a minute. They're crooked. They're cute, but they got to be on right. Okay, wait a minute. Okay. Ooh, I just had a diversion. They show us the parts we need to work on or let go of. Okay, Miss Amy, what you need to let go of. They reveal to us the things we do and the effects that they have on others. They say to us openly, those people out there, they say to us openly the things that we say to ourselves silently. They reveal to us the fears, doubts, weaknesses, and character flaws we know we have but refuse to address or acknowledge. We usually can see the faults of others very clearly. We all have people in our lives who anger or annoy us, who rub us the wrong way. They create chaos and confusion. They may bring pain and disruption. They may reject us, abandon us, or create some sort of harm. Before we get busy trying to fix the person or remedy the situation, we should ask ourselves, why is this person in my life? Why are you here? Wasn't there a song, How Did You Get Here? There was a song like that. I don't know who sang it. What am I doing to draw this to myself? These are really important questions, so let me not make a joke out of it. How do I do what they do? And how can I release this need? When we cleanse your energy, when we cleanse, heal, and bring ourselves into balance, everything in our lives will do the same. We lose faith in relationships because we spend so much time looking at the other person. We don't look at ourselves. We don't look at how we react to them. We don't look to how we treat them. We don't look about at what they're showing us about ourselves. You know, one of the reasons that I did get divorced 3 times, twice from the same person, is because when I started to recognize me, when I started to see me, and I started to stop blaming him, it just helped me make better choices. Relationships are about choices and how we live those choices. So don't lose faith. Everything is exactly as it needs to be for you to learn what you need to learn. What are you learning, beloved, in those difficult relationships? How quick do you lose your compassion? How quick do you judge somebody? How unforgiving are you? How long have you been expecting the same thing that happened before to happen again? Don't lose faith in relationships. Grow up and heal up yourself. Yeah? Whew. Well, you know, we lost a few minutes this evening because I couldn't get in. I've got so many questions to tell you, to answer. Maybe I'll do it on my Instagram. I'll do it on my Instagram at some point. I'll take some of the short ones. But I want to thank you for spending this time. So let us do our review. Let me get my notes so we can do our review. because I want you to get this. I don't need the notes. I know what a relationship is. It's a place that we go to demonstrate the presence of God. If you're not demonstrating the presence of God in your relationships, then the healing is on you. And if the presence of God isn't being demonstrated back to you, then you got to ask yourself, why am I here? What am I learning? We go into relationships so that they can mirror back to us the things that we won't refuse to see about ourselves. That's what they do. That's what relationships do. So instead of looking at what they're doing and what they're not doing, you got to ask yourself, how do I do this? You know, I had to do that with the occupant of the White House. The occupant of the White House. I had to look at him and say, how do I do that? Okay. And there were so many things that I saw judged about him that I recognized, okay, I've done that. I'm better now. Okay. Thank you, Lord. I'm better now. So relationships are the place that we go to have a connection and to bring that oneness in. But listen to me. Listen, stop texting, stop messaging. Relationships are the place that we go to learn and discover our capacity to love. That's what they are. That's where they go. They're classrooms. They're healing laboratories. So don't lose faith in your relationships. And if you're in a relationship where they're missing or broken agreements, when you don't feel you can ask for what you want. I had this beautiful one about a question. I can't remember the sister's name. And she said that she gives and gives and gives to her partner and he doesn't give back to her and she's tired of it. And I said, maybe he's just lazy. Maybe it ain't personal. Maybe he's just lazy, because sometimes in relationships, partners get lazy. We take each other for granted. We stop rubbing each other's back and rubbing each other's feet. And we stop, doing sweet things and bringing home flowers and sending cards. We get lazy and we don't care that the belly done lap over the waistband. Or that the hair is, women go into bed in raggedy, ugly nightgowns. We get lazy. So, beloved, before you give up on him, maybe he's lazy. But here's the thing. Stop measuring what you do for him. Do it because you love him. Do it because it makes you feel good. Don't measure what you do for him and expect him to do tit for tat, one-on-one, because he don't have that agreement with you. Oh my goodness, what a lovely spa we have had. Listen, be sure to go to iyanlavanzantlive.com and get your tickets to come see me in some city, somewhere. I don't know, it's 30 of them. You'll see the schedule there. And come tomorrow to HSN at noon for the lunch rush, where I'll be talking about my body butter made with 9 oils, no chemicals. That's the thing. My products don't have any chemicals in them. None. And listen, for the tour, I made a blend. I handmade it. I made it with my hands. For 11 years, I made these products by hand. But for the tour, I made a special blend. It's got 7 herbs and 5 oils. And I made it with my hands. It's called Faith in Action. It's going to clean up your energy, okay? But it's only going to be available on the tour. You cannot get it anywhere else. Don't send me no email, no letter. Don't try to bribe me with chocolate or coffee, ice cream. You don't come to the tour, you can't get it, okay? IyanlaVanzantLive.com. Go get your tickets. And I think it's June 9th, the new season of Iyanla Fix My Life. I said the new season. I didn't say the last season. And what else? HSN tomorrow at noon. And subscribe to my YouTube channel. You'll be able to see this. Sign up for my newsletter. Now, listen, I'm going to do a lot more of these spas, but I leave on tour on Tuesday. We start the tour on Tuesday. So when we come back in in September, I want to do some more. Also want to invite you to join me for the Iyanla Fix My Life weekend, open to the public. I'm going to teach you how to do the work. So stay tuned. I'm going to send you more information about that. Sign up for my newsletter. All right, let's get undressed and get on that. Who is that man? This is my firstborn. I had him when I was 16 years old. Is that amazing? You see how
that was 10 years ago.
You see how old he is? He's been here helping me field the questions. He travels with me. Um, Allow your upper eyelids to meet your lower eyelids. Yeah. And just connect with your breath. Oh, beloved, your breath is your power. Such a powerful tool. Stop texting, chatting for a moment. Come on, get still. You're at the spa. You had a good treatment, I hope. Yeah. Find your inhale and your exhale. Your inhale and your exhale. And allow your body to relax. Just relax. And ask the universe to bring you what you need from everything that you've heard tonight as you inhale and exhale. Whatever you need. And give thanks for it right now. Just relax and settle in gratitude and joy for the time we've spent together. Even in all the different places that we have been together. As you inhale and exhale, just listen. Acts of Faith, October 19th, Alvin Ailey says, you get what you expect. Very often we say we want many things while deep inside we doubt it will come to us. The universe does not give us what we want. It gives us what we expect. You cannot fool Mother Nature. She gives birth to your deepest thoughts, and the principle is this. Everything happens twice, first on the inside, then on the outside. We must literally create the energy of what we want within ourselves before we can have it in the physical world. How does it feel to be wealthy, in love, in a perfect, healthy relationship? How does it feel to be in perfect health? How does it feel to be totally free to do anything you choose? We must let the feelings well up inside of us and live as though the very thing we want is the thing that we already have. We must feel ourselves being and enjoying the very best that life has to offer. We must think about it, talk about it, and expect it every moment. We must impregnate our total being with the expectation of what we want. And as the feeling grows, the day will come when we give birth to exactly what we want. You want a relationship? Feel it. And now on tour, I'm going to teach you how. So, beloveds, thank you for this time. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for sharing these moments with me. And just in case nobody's told you that they love you today, let me be the first to say I love you. And there's nothing that I want from you. And there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Have a blessed day. Stay tuned and we'll send you a notice about our next spa. Bye.